I've only just started reading the book Confessions by St. Augustine, and right at the start in the introduction it reads, when he wrote the Confessions, he already had a considerable reputation for sanctity, and one of the reasons why he wrote was to persuade his admirers that any good qualities he had were his by the grace of God, who had saved him so often from himself. That made me realize that we, in a way, are our biggest enemies, in a way. Because when we are about to commit to doing something, committing to our dreams, committing to the things that we want to do in our future, anything really, we end up procrastinating, we end up getting fearful, we end up stopping ourselves. And in our way, we end up letting our mind be an enemy of us. We should be giving our mind and everything to God. But we do not do that in the moment because we think that we have so much strength to be able to commit it and go against it ourselves, but we do not. And so when I read this, I realized that St. Augustine, who was a sinner, a very big sinner, obviously all of us are sinners, but obviously he confessed in here all the sins that he has committed. A man who was so sinful humbled himself and said that God is the reason I have these good qualities. I would be nothing without God. If I did not have God in my life, I would not have these good qualities. So it is by the grace of God that I have these good qualities. And that is what we need to realize, that we cannot live our lives without God. We cannot live our lives without the strength and the grace of God. We need the strength from God to be able to live our lives, because we will be stuck in that hole for the rest of our lives. We cannot get ourselves out of there. We cannot get ourselves out of there if we do not have God in our lives. So it is by the grace and the power and the strength of God that we can get out of doing those simple things, get out of our sinful nature, and we can live a godly life with Christ on that path of righteousness. We can do that only when we are with God. Only when we are with God. It cannot be done without God. And we may think that we have so much ego and pride thinking that we can do it without God, but we cannot do it without God. And it's just so amazing to know that our Creator wants us to have a relationship with Him. He wants us to know how powerful and how much strength that He has, how much love He has, that He does not want us to live a second without Him. He does not want us to live a second without Him. Just like you don't want to live a second without the person that you love, God does not want us to live a second without Him. So give God the love that you have. Give God the love that He gives you. He loves you so much, so He's coming to you. He's saying to you, my child, give me all the worries and stuff, and I'll fill you with strength and grace, and you will be able to be on top. So give it all to God.